soul is mine.
This video is sponsored by my company, Greatborn Games. We're always looking to give a really great deal to our customers, and we are always looking to pick up bulk or singles at a fair price. In addition, we want to thank our sponsor, Man of All Proxies, for making this affiliate. If you use my code KING, you get a percentage off of your next proxy order. Thank you again, Man of All Proxies. How's it going, guys? KingTheGreat here. Hopefully all of you are having a wonderful day, night, or evening, and today I'm bringing you an update to my deck. Death is coming. So this past weekend was the pre-release for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so we're going to kind of go over that, see what we changed, see what we removed, added, etc. So first off, I'm going to say mid-range for me was fine. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was enjoyable, it was fun to play, but like, I just hate draws. I'm not gonna lie. So we are going back into the turbo variation, and so let's get right into it. So first off, I want to talk about Tez. I know a lot of people have been kind of iffy on him, but I do like this guy. Like, being able to tutor for your mana vaults, your soul rings, or chrome ox as low spells, being able to untap them, it's just, I think this card's way too strong. I want to see more people play it. Like, I fundamentally think if you're playing Carrick, you should be on this card. So just kind of want to get that out of the way. But anyway, so since we're going back to the turbo, we decided to re-add our favorite combo, which is what we came up with, is the Ayara combo. So you need Ayara, First Select Wayne, Gravecrawler, and War Assault Trader, and essentially you don't even need your commander out, which is why I really like this combo. The only downside is it folds to Rhystic Study, so sometimes Rhystic Study you're going to be casting this a lot, so it becomes much more difficult. But if they don't have a Rhystic Study, you can just go, cool, I'm just killing y'all. So essentially what you need is a Yarf and Warren out. Then you cast either Gravecrawler with a black, or if you have Carrick out, Gravecrawler, pay 2 life to play the Gravecrawler. And then you sack at the Warren, lose a life, make a treasure, use that treasure, cast Gravecrawler, trigger Yara, and then just combo central. And then also with Warren, it's just another stack outlet for Chainer loops. So Chainer, Gary, stack outlet, and just kill the table with that. Then we also did re-add a card that hasn't been played in a while, which is the Mirror House card. I decided to re-add this because being able to just discard it is pretty nice. With the transmutability, being able to tutor with it is really great, and then it's just another sack outlet. So I've been enjoying this card, and if you're on a deck like this, I would definitely try it out. Then we also decided to add Overeager Apprentice back. This card is just mainly used for the discard outlet, because if I get a Demonic Tutor and have a big fatty like Villas, Razakith, or Horde Broodlord, it's just the ability to discard it to be able to reanimate, which I really like. So definitely would give this a try if you're able to. And also getting the 3 black too is really nice. And if you have Heartless Summoning out, it's essentially a 1 mana ritual, which is really great. Then one card I've also been really liking, and this came out in Laurel and Eclipse, is Twilight Diviner. This card, I was under the presumption it was just a win more card, but after playing with it and seeing how well it does, I think this card's insane. The Surveil is my main reasoning for playing it, because of the fact it's just like, it saved me in so many games. And of course the ability of just making a token copy once per turn is just insane. I was actually able to steal a Ranger Captain and have 2 Ranger Captains at the Dallas Excalibur event this past month. I think it's been a month now. So I will look into it. Like, it is not just a win more card. It's really great. Like, I would definitely try this out. Then that's pretty much it for our creatures. Now onto the sorceries. The one card we did re-add back in is Diabolical Content, since we have 23 creatures. So having this is not too terrible, and I've not really had a problem with it. So if you are very heavy on creatures instead of non-creature spells, I would definitely try this out. So then our instants really have not changed. The 2 swaps we did make, because we're just trying to go fast and we don't really care about what other people are doing, is we took out Dismember. I just effectively don't think I care about other people's creatures that much. And like I still have Bitter and I still have Deadly. Bitter is just mainly for the discard outlet, and then Deadly is just a free spell. We did add Instrumentship back in because we want our spells to resolve as best as we can, and using this to counter spells is really nice. So this is why I added it back in, and it's been feeling pretty great. I wouldn't play this if you're on the mid-range build. I don't think you need it. But if you're on something like this, I would definitely try it out. It's a very personal pick, so I like the card. Other people might not. So just keep that in mind when you're trying this out. Now, onto our artifacts. So since we were going back to Turbo, we re-added Bull Citadel. We actually took out Quintum just because that was more of a mid-range card. You know, I just feel like we needed it anymore to put back in Citadel. This has been great. I like this card being back in. It's still kind of very convoluted because of the fact that like if you play Carrick and then this, you're like, oh cool, I'm at 28. So your life total is a lot lower when you play this card, but it has not punished me recently, and I continue to like it. Then we added Wishclaw. I still hate this card. However, because of the fact is like it's just another good tutor for cheap, I decided to add it back in. And being able to also either Voltaic or Manifold Key the activated ability is pretty cool. So I'm gonna keep trying it even if I don't like it. So again, this is another personal card. You don't need this. There's a crap ton of tutors out there. So yeah. Now onto enchantments. Our main enchantments have not changed. So Animate Dead, Dance of the Dead, Heartless, Necromancy, Necropotence. Those will always be in this list. The one that we did remove is Pestilence. Not having, I forgot to mention, we're no longer on the One Ring. I just felt like it didn't do anything. It was essentially a dead card a lot of the time, and I just don't feel like I need it. And that's why we removed Pestilence, because One Ring and Pestilence were kind of a combo. And again, we're trying to go fast. We're not trying to go play the mid game. So. Yeah, so if you like the mid-range plan, play Pestilence. It is really great. And the combo with Pestilence One Ring is you cast One Ring for protection, have something like Peer and the Abyss go off, and then you discard cards to Scourge Familiar, kill the table by activating Pestilence. You don't take any damage, they do, and just win from there. And then our land package. Our land package really has not changed. We're still at the 15 swamps. We were at 13, but we went up and took out slower cards. I actually took out Takanuma. I just never felt it was worth having, so I just re-added a swamp to help us Lake of the Dead. And then, of course, we are on Emergent Zone. I'm still not a big fan of this card, but because we can't tutor it like easily. But it has been kind of nice because it is the turbo card for this type of deck. So I'm gonna keep trying it out, see if my mind changes. Again, another personal card. You don't need this. You could add more swamps if you like, but that's pretty much my opinion. So, was there anything we got from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to help with this deck? For me personally, no. For other players, maybe. And we're gonna kind of talk about them. So first off, we're gonna talk about this guy, Salvante Romero times XL. He's 3 and 2 black, Demon Wizard, Trample, 4/4. That says at the beginning of combat on your turn, you put a +1/+1 counter on him. Then you draw X cards and you lose X life, or X is the number of counters on Salvante Romero. So one person I know is probably going to be playing this out is my buddy Paul. He plays Agatha Soul Cauldron, and I think if you're on the Agatha Soul Cauldron deck, you should be playing this. This guy will get big quick. and just being able to have another draw engine is really great. I took out all my draw engines just to focus on going fast. But if you are on the mid-range plane, you should definitely try this out. And definitely try out Act of the Soul Culture in this because, again, I think putting counters on this and drawing way more than One Ring, and it's at the beginning of combat, comparable to something like Speed Demon, which is same cost, but that one has flying. I think this card should be seen play, and we shall see where it goes. And I hope Paul and some of the other mid-range players do pick it up. Next card that we're going to be talking about is Splinter's Technique. This is another demonic tutor, essentially. So it's 3 in the black, has for search your library for a card, put that card in your hand and shuffle. But it has the ability of sneak. So 1 in the black, you can return an unblocked creature from the battlefield to your hand and then cast this. I don't know if we're gonna play this. It's a 4 mana tutor at low cost, but if the mid-range pilots, keep doing their mid-range plan, I could see this coming back. You could do something like sneak, Gray Merchant, bounce it back to hand, tutor, play Gray, do something like that. I'm not for sure where I am on with this card, but I'm curious to see how others feel. So, we're going to talk about one more card, but this is not in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set. This is another reason why I cut the One Ring. This is coming out in the Marvel Superhero set. Baron Helmut Zemo. So it's 3 in the black, legendary creature, human noble villain. That's 3/3. That says, whenever you cast a black spell from your hand, Baron connives. So this is really great in the mono black deck because we want stuff in the graveyard as much as possible. And I think just being able to filter your deck pretty fast is really nice. So that's why I want to try out this guy. However, after looking at some judge rulings and talking to some judge friends, the next part is actually where I'm interested in. So it has Boast. The Boast ability is exile any number of black cards from your graveyard with 15 or more black mana symbols among their mana cost. Copy those exiled cards. You may cast up to 3 of the copies without paying their mana cost. So, why is this something I'm going to look into? This card actually pairs really well with something like Necropotence. So, it's very convoluted, but I still am going to try it just because I think this card is going to be a turbo card because, again, rummage your deck. So if this guy has attacked and you have Necromotance and this guy, if you go to pay whatever amount of life and then you can respond to all the Necropotence trigger with the Boast ability. So I think that's pretty insane. And the fact that you can win now in your essentially cleanup step with it, plus, the obvious Shallow Grave, Corpse Dance, Necromancy lines. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this guy. I do believe this man is gonna be something that's gonna require a lot of testing, but I do think him getting super big really quick, being able just to go through your deck, and that Boast ability is crazy. Even the 15 or more black things does not matter at all. So I'm curious to see where this goes, and yeah, but that is pretty much it for this video. If you had any other recommendations or saw something I didn't go over, please let me know. And hopefully you enjoyed me kind of talking about what changes I made. And yeah, hope to see more Carrick pilots out there. Also, if you are not in the Carrick Discord, I'll have a link down below in the description. We are always welcoming in the community. We're always trying to do something with the community. And yeah, so hope to see y'all at next big event. I know my March is going to be busy. I have one event this coming up weekend. Then I have the Hunter Burton Memorial Open. Then I have the Excalibur Albuquerque, and then the Boyle. So if you're gonna be at any of those events, come up by and say hi. And yeah, so anyways, that's gonna be it. Bye now.